Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the last day of Turtle Reviews this week. I am very excited. I saved the best for last, potentially. Ray Fillet, we are taking a look at today. If you've been watching the channel for any time at all, you know I love aquatic-themed toys. And Ray Fillet was, for the Ninja Turtles, this great ocean operative. And I loved that kind of stuff. For G.I. Joe, I loved Wetsuit and Torpedo and the Eels. And for Ninja Turtles, I loved Ray Fillet. This is heavy. He is a big, heavy figure. Very excited to get into him. He's got the nice embossed front. Ray Fillet, let's just get right to it. Ray Fillet, the fist-fighting fish. You smell something fishy? That's because you just picked up Ray Fillet, the coolest sea creature to ever leap from the deep. Spawned from a marine biologist and a manta ray, Ray Fillet emerged from a toxic sewer pipe, only to discover he'd become super strong and super slimy. He's a foot-fighting fish who helps the turtles when they're in deep trouble, underwater that is. Aquatically assisted by fish sticks, Ray Fillet filters out crime from the coral reef. There you go. Let's open him up. I'm excited. I will admit that I'm going to be a little disappointed to not have the color changing action that the original figure had. And I will also say this is clearly the same series as Krang, because you can see he's in the older style cardboard where it does not fold up and let you just slide the figure out without removing the cardboard background. And I do like the newer style better. Oh my gosh, what are we looking at? Holy cow. Okay, let's get these accessories out of here and then we'll take a deep dive, if you will, into this figure. And I think you will. Because who doesn't love a good pun? Although some do look at it as punishment. Alright. Man, he's got big chunky hands. It's great. This anchor is blowing my mind. I have said it, I think, every review this week. But, you know, I don't tend to look too closely at the stuff that I order because I want to enjoy the unboxing. I want to enjoy the surprise of what the heck I've gotten. And I cannot get over this anchor having this gigantic golden actual rope. What? We'll take a look at that in a minute. That's wild. Oh man, look at this big giant guy. I love him. So, here's an interesting thing. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is wonderful, you guys. I am in love. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. This is well on the way to figure of the year for me, and I don't even have it out of the box yet. Although it's going to have strikes against it because it has these stupid clear plastic twist ties that I absolutely hate. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? Because look at those giant muscular calves on this fish man. He has to have... Oh, now, see, I can't even get to this one because his tail is in the way. I'm very curious to get him out and see what kind of material that fin, his back portion, whatever you call that, see what that's made of. I can't get my fingers in there. We're just going to use the old nippers. There we go. All right. Dunk. He is a big, beefy boy. Oh, this is a nice, soft plastic. I love it. Man. He's so good. Look at that face. One of the Mighty Mutanimals. A signature friend of the turtles. Oh man, his hands are softer plastic than a lot of the Turtles figures, and that's great. Look at the paint on his skin. He's actually got some really a nice darker wash on that skin to bring out his muscle tone. Look at those thick legs. Like, look at those thighs. Look at them, they're huge. No, this is not Mantar, for anybody who got that reference. Although we do need a Mantar Ninja Turtle figure. Look at the definition. They've really gone with the sort of cartoony look, even though this is based on the original toy. Just the way that they've done the paint on his face, he just looks fantastic. Man, I love it. I love it, and I really wish that a little color change on there. No. No color change. They'll probably release that as a con exclusive down the line. All of this nice pebbled texture on his wetsuit looks fantastic. He's got a cut joint at the waist rather than the ball joint that some of these figures have, but it's under his belt. This piece is a separate soft plastic piece. So it does kind of conceal that articulation. Man, I love this guy. He's just huge and great. He's got, hips are standard issue. Oh, look, underneath his fins, he's actually got some nice texture under those fins there. And he's got, just look at this. Oh, man, this detail is so wonderful. Oh, his tail is articulated, so you can have it off to either side. It's just a swivel, but that personally, that's all I need. So you can have it out to the back or to one side or the other. The paint on this softer plastic, they've matched all the paint across the plastics really, really nicely. Except for the shoulders do not quite match the torso, because the torso is molded in yellow plastic, and the shoulders are painted, and you just, honestly, it really looks more like you can see the detail of the sculpt better in the shoulder pieces, but it's not terrible by any means, but it is noticeable. He's got his diving watch over here, and stands perfectly. Oh man, he's just, what a cartoony, wonderful, great toyetic figure. This guy is fantastic. So the hands that are on him are up and down movement. I just can't stop looking at this guy. He's so good. All right, set him to the side, because we have to look at his accessories now. First of all, there's Fish Sticks, who is like an underwater demolitionist, although it looks more like he's like a suicide bomber, because all this dynamite strapped to him. But no, this was just a slug in the original figure. There was no paint on him whatsoever. Does he have... Oh, his little head. Oh, it's a ball joint. So he's got a ball... Oh, look at the crack in his helmet. So his head is on a little ball joint, so you've got a little bit of motion there. Oh, he's great. I love this guy. These little animal companions are one of my favorite things about how Super 7 is updating these, because when I was a kid, I would actually paint them to give them detail. So I love seeing Super 7, execute that in a professional format. Set Fish Sticks over there. We've got an alternate portrait for Ray. Look at the gloss. Well, first of all, look at the depth in his mouth. I always love seeing that, but then the gloss in the interior of his mouth. Just to give you a little comparison so you can see the differences in the portraits. This one's a little more like action, angry type guy. I like them both. I don't know which one I'll go with. So now let's look at this insane anchor with this giant golden rope. What a bizarre accessory. I don't know why the rope is so thick. I guess maybe so he can hold it. But this is actual fiber. Like, this is a for real rope, like on a Christmas decoration almost. Tied in an actual literal knot around this anchor. So weird. The sculpt of the anchor, very, very sharp. Looks good. Done a really nice job with that. Very pointy. Be careful with that. Don't let your young children play with this anchor. They could lose an eye. Multiple hands. You've got C-grips with the lateral movement. And then you've got fists for punching. Always nice to have. Look at this little guy. This furious starfish. I don't know how I'm going to display him. I guess what I'm going to do is stick him in one of Ray's hands because I have to display this weird little creature. He's so angry. Great sculpt. Love the little bit of paint on him. And he was basically supposed to be, in the original toy, I think like a throwing star fish. But they've given him so much personality that he's more than that now. Or really the paint is what brings that out. He has got his weird, dare I say, ray gun. That's really more of a spear gun with all kinds of weird extra business on it. Really bizarre weapon here. Almost seems like it should be that way. Like that should be there and this should be turned. But looks great. Love the paint on it. This weird like lobster tail on the back. This is a bizarre piece of equipment here. And then finally, we've got the sprue with it has been designed around that rope and that anchor. It has the accessories on it. And this is, as I've said, this is just a little work of art, in my opinion. This is something that Super 7 absolutely did not have to do. And it's just a fun thing that they throw in as an extra that they let their creators put together. So there you go. That is Ray Fillet. He's incredible. Maybe Toy of the Year was a little overly enthusiastic, but it's one of my favorite characters from all of Toydom. If I had a shelf that was just aquatic-themed characters, he would be at the front of it. An old favorite of mine, and Super 7 has absolutely done him justice. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and come back next week for even more toy reviews.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.